So Americans managed to fuck up an election after all. I mean, I don't usually get obsessed over award shows, nominations, Grammys, Oscars, or how J-Lo slayed that green dress and then she did it again 20 years later. Same one. Or how that one time Justin Timberlake tried to pull Janet Jackson's heart out. I'm pretty sure that's what he tried to do. That was a bit too graphic. Don't watch it. Watch it. If there were two certain things this year, with one of them obviously being your grandma discovering TikTok, and the second one being the one that hunts you no matter where you go, H&M, supermarket, the bathroom, bedroom, kitchen. It was even running from the taps at some point. That's The Weeknd's music, right? Oh, and I think there was like a global pandemic rumor spreading on Facebook, but we all know that's a conspiracy theory. So despite apparently having the longest running top 10 song of all time, he got exactly 0 nominations. The Academy basically dealt with his success like Republicans deal with the coronavirus. They just act like it doesn't exist. And not only was he not nominated, but among the people who got a nomination were artists that no one has ever really heard of before, like The Smoke or Lil Hoover. I made a second one up, but you totally thought it was a real person. Come on, the guy had to come out of facelifting surgery in his last live performance to sing, and that's all he gets. I hope he didn't get hit by a truck while crossing the street, because he was blinded, but I'll leave this one out. Like, even Kanye West got a nomination for the album Jesus is King. You know, Jesus and Yeezy. One is a controversial figure who you can always find up in the skies. No one really questions it, and will leave a controversial legacy behind him. And then there's Jesus. Don't mix them up. Yeezy. That's a cool name though. It's what Jesus would have been called if instead of turning wine into water, he turned Crocs into $500 Snickers. So Kanye West got nominated, and he peed on the last Grammy he won. And despite that, he's nominated in the Christian category. That's like when my grandma says the TV is the devil's creation while she's attending Sunday service on Zoom. And have you heard one song by Kanye West this year? His biggest hit was hitting his wife's butt, which, to be honest, isn't even that hard to do. Have you seen that thing? It's huge. I've heard it gets his own umbrella when it's raining outside. Also, Justin Bieber got nominated. He put out 2 meaningful songs, one about faith, the other one about the hardship of becoming famous at a young age. Yet the song he got nominated for was Yummy, which he didn't write to win a Grammy, he was just horny. Check the lyrics. It's like the critics took some time off and instead they let their teenage grandchildren choose the nominees this year. Saying the direction the Grammys are heading to, I won't be surprised if a random dude shows up and gives himself a Grammy. And the award goes to... What? Me? I want a Grammy? Oh my god, I want a Grammy! I want a Grammy! See, I told you I could sing. My middle school teacher wasn't a crackhead after all. So despite him being nominated in 4 categories, Justin Bieber went on social media to complain, saying his music was intentionally made to sound R&B, and he has no idea why he ended up being nominated in the pop category, which probably explains why The Weeknd wasn't nominated. They just couldn't figure out if he's pop or R&B. Or they didn't put Bieber in the R&B category because they were clearing the way for The Weeknd, but then in the end somehow they forgot to put him in. It's like when you take one thing out of the fridge to put in another one because there's no space, and you end up with a fridge full of beer, and the day after you have nothing to eat. So you pour Guinness into your cereal. Anyway, I hope I win a Grammy. I don't want a pop one though. Don't put me in the pop category. I'm different. How about something like leading role? No, that's Oscars. Anyway.